At RaiseCredit.com, business credit is the name of the game. Learn how to build credit that'll look like more money than you've ever dreamed of. Both Wall Street and Main Street offer untold riches to people with credit, and RaiseCredit.com can teach you how to get it.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Ray Reynolds here with RaysWebinar.com. As we begin, always, I'm going to tell you information is protected. Keep in mind, like you get a tablet and a pen, write things down. Don't just take pictures with your cell phone. Ultimate goal, here's a toll-free number for you. It's 800-510-3338, in case you want to get hold of us at the office here. Now, let's do the opposite. This time, I want you to plan the problem. It happened, you got knocked down, someone got in your way, try to take it away too. Reality is, let's plan on it. Let's challenge it. Let's get safety credit, the line of defense. Let's never bring the pain home again. I think we're all Humpty Dumptys. We fall down, we get knocked down, someone steals it from us too. What are we going to do? Pretty simple. Now, one of the things that's happening in the world today because of COVID-19, they're opening, closing. The people making these decisions get their paycheck. What scares me the most is you, some of you, or maybe someone you know, has opened and closed their business. While their credit's good, it's time to get a corporation and set up an alternative. Because when they open and close, eventually they file the bankruptcy, they destroy their credit, they lose everything, family gets hurt, and they bring the pain home. If I can set up someone corporation and divisions right away before that bomb happens, all right, they'll have an alternative. If not, hate to say, the average person experiences bad credit for 3 to 5 years. And that's how long it takes to get it back on track, because they're kind of guessing. My journey, your journey begins with me today. It's pretty simple. I'm going to get it and call it getting past go. The main thing is this. When I got to be 3 years old, I got to be with Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. Why do I say that? She dropped me off for down the beach pier every morning at 6:30, picked me up at 5 o'clock, from the age of 3 to 9.5 years old. I learned how to steal and beg off the pier. Kind of sucked, but I did learn something. I put the blueprint together for me. You see, I wanted it bad enough. I got my Lamborghinis, my Duffys. I got my mansions. I broke world records. All right, got the Ferraris, got the Lamborghinis, the race boats, the yachts, and the helicopters. All right, and had some fun. This is not to brag, but this is to show you flat out you can do it too if you listen. Please write down Ray's rules, please. If you use the rules and the tools, you can win every time. The ultimate goal is this. It's kind of like when I wrote down winning the game of business 43 years ago. You see, I had to move 24 times the time I was 11 and a half years old. Those people were mean to me on the 1st and the 15th. Maybe the rent or the mortgage was due. Something was wrong. But let's understand something. I turned it into a game. Even though I got used and abused as a child, I learned to connect the dots. As a kid, I found out a corporation's a legal person by the time I was 7.5 years old. 9.5 years old, I did Helping Hand Industries. I brought $100,000 in, and then I brought in $1 million and double billion too. The bottom line is I know how to play the game. I'd like you to learn how to play too. Here's the thing. You can buy my books and CDs and do it on your own. I still like to do the work for you. The biggest problem I have with most people is you think. Sorry. When you think, you kind of screw it up. I've done this for 43 years. I'm pretty good at it. So if you allow me to, for the first 90 days, I want to do the work for you. Get to the workshops with me. Then I want to show you exactly what you can do for yourself. Every seminar, workshop, and boot camp, you're stuck with me. I don't pass the buck. Don't bring the pain home anymore. Today, all right, it's the 18th. What do we want to think about? Let's get you $100,000 of corporate credit or personal credit. There's a couple things about that. Personal credit, you can't write off the card or the interest rate. Corporate credit, you can write off the card and the interest rate. So what are you supposed to really do? It's kind of like craziness. Well, guess what? Because in the past month we've had fun. I had fires in the backyard. I had trees fall over the neighbors in my house too. All right, the election bumped all our marketing, and yesterday we had another disaster. Isn't this fun? Most people would give up, but not me. What I'm going to do before I use that reserve or those credit cards or credit lines, I'm going to offer discounts for people today. If they help me solve my problem, I get to help them too. At the end of the day, I'll still get through it, because today our goal is $50,000. That's our ultimate goal from you. Now let's think about it years ago. You know, in 1998, I got written up in basically Inc. magazine. Use plastic to finance your business. I built $1 million of credit for my cat back then to prove it can be done. I did it for Monica's cat too. I think if I can do it for my cat, I can probably do it for you. What do you think? You see, 2020, January 2nd, that'll be 2 physical years. You know what that happens for you? We can go after 9 lines of credit if you want me to. Or you can do it yourself. You see, next year you're going to be a winner. Now, understand something. If you give referrals from now on, I started this the other day, and if you're a client, guess what? I'll build you another $1,000 credit added to your package today. Again, see what happens with most of you. You lose your job or have an emergency. Then you run out of time, you run out of money, and then you jack up your credit again in 42 days. Sorry to say that's true about most of you. What you got to think about is this. Starting tomorrow morning, get up at 4:30 in the morning. You got some work to be done. Getting to know me is kind of fun. I got to train Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW and Aspirin years ago. Had fun with that too. Please do yourself a favor. Write down Credit Services Act. It'll take you to the Federal Trade Commission later today when you Google it. Then it'll talk to you about what the Credit Repair Organization Act too. You see, credit repair is a scam. They're not allowed to collect money up front. But even attorneys can't do credit repair. So what are you supposed to do? Keep on guessing what you've been doing all along? Well, let's think about it. How about get to my workshops with me? You see, Lexington Law and CreditRepair.com, same company. They average about 600 complaints every month and every week. And don't worry, they got 4 government complaints against them right now. They've been collecting money for years up front. They're not supposed to do that at all. Why doesn't credit repair work? Because all people are doing is lying. Can you imagine trying to lie to the credit bureaus? Oh, goody, it's not my account. I was never late. I'm full of crap. Tricking the credit bureaus doesn't work. You got to realize you got to rebuild you. Now, we can look at LifeLock too. They've only been indicted 6 times in the past. So guess what? You're probably paying them every month for a bunch of blah, blah, blah too. Now, who are you going to trust? Why don't you trust yourself? Let's give you some rules and tools how to play the game. Pull out that SSN, your Social Security card. It's in your purse or your wallet today. Write down Ray's rules. You got one of these. You know why you got it? Because you were told to get the job. SSN, get the job equals a 1040 tax return. Look at the card in front of you if you pulled it out. Do not laminate. Do not use for ID purposes. Do not carry with you. It's not even yours. Amazing. There's an application you filled out years ago. And if you look at the card in front of you right now, it says property of Social Security Administration. It's not you. And what happens with the creditors today? They use it and abuse it, and they're not allowed to. I got a program called Rapid Refresh. I get to block all your crap, and I get to rebuild you if you allow me to. By the way, no one on the planet can do it besides me. All right, why? Because I invented it. I own all the rights to it too. So if you want me to rebuild you, let me know. Because I want to repackage your house, your car, your bank account. Sorry to say, I think you're doing it wrong anyway. Now, understand, credit saved my life as a kid and as an adult. Let's think about this right now. How many times you hear someone say, money for a rainy day? To me, I'm sorry to say, that's just blah, blah, blah. In my life, it doesn't rain. It always pours. There's always something going wrong. You see, understand something today. This is a $5,000 card in my hand or on the screen. Let's say today you got an emergency, you need money now. Don't worry, when you ask your friends, your family, the bank, they're all going to say no. But if you had a safety credit card for $55,000 today, the payment is $50 a month. By the way, I think you kind of waste that every other day anyway. They also say that you waste $140 a week. Is that true about you? Let's understand, that's $600 a month. Here's a Venture and a Venture One card. That's $100,000, $50,000 a piece. Write down personal credit is called safety from now on. You can't write off the interest rate of the card. If you maxed out one of those cards today, the payment would have been $612.26. You could have got 2 pizzas, restaurants. You could have been bringing $24,000 in a month positive cash flow. Do yourself a favor. Stop wasting money. Never bring the pain home ever again. The ultimate goal is pretty simple. Like I said in the beginning today, plan on somebody getting in your way, trying to take it away from you. Let's build our safety credit and our line of defense. See it, believe it, go get it every time. You see, you don't have to bring the pain home. Yes, we're Humpty Dumptys. We got to get back up again and again. Now, today, you're going to have to set up your goals and reach every one of them. By the way, I reached every goal I ever had by the time I was 26. Double billion. Haven't had a paycheck for 20 plus years. Don't need one, don't want one too. So today, when you write down is basically to believe in yourself, for me, it's pretty simple. I believed in God and I believed in me. When I broke the record for the highest kick on the planet in 1981, that just proves white men do jump. Just stupid people say we don't. So the bottom line is this. Don't listen to someone say you can't do this or that. God gave you a gift and a dream. Go get it. What's holding you back? Oh, your SSN? Remember what it was for? To create the 1040 tax return. And what did you do? Because the credit system uses it and abuses it too, you got your Experian, your Equifax, your TransUnion too. Oh, goody for you. You jacked up the cards past 29%. You dropped your score, got stuck, couldn't get any more. Is that kind of like truth about you? You used the wrong dime money in the first place, by the way. I don't get it. I had to master the rules and tools by the time I was 9.5 years old. I had to get out of hell. The other reason you got an SSN, because we're the collateral for the United States of America Incorporated, by the way. Especially ever since Nixon took the gold standard out. You see, I want you to write a list right now. Raise rules. 100,000 of personal credit. Don't use more than 29%. That gives you $71,000 of safety credit in case you lose your job or you get a pandemic. I died in pandemic number 9. Now we got number 19 too. And when you take the money and the credit from your family and you roll the dice and all you do is hurt your family and you bring the pain home, sorry to say, that's called silly and dumb. You didn't have to do that at all. You've been using the wrong damn money. And I know you got a sad story to tell. Boo-hoo-hoo. Nobody gives a damn. Why? Here, me in a coma, 5.5 years old. I hit the curb of my face, 40 miles an hour. Told me I'm never going to walk again in my life. I got up again. There's me in another coma in 2009. I got to do it twice. Kind of sucks. But you know what happened on July 5th, 2009? I'm laying there in the hospital, and I get to die at 5:41. But again, I made a promise that day that I'd help people the rest of my life. They first called it, Pandemic 9, COVID-9, H1N1. They couldn't make up their damn mind what they wanted to call it at that time. There's my yacht, my race boat. Where you park yours? I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years. I'm from Show Me State. Show me or shut up. I'm so tired of blah, blah, blah. You have all wasted and pissed away $3,000 in your life so far. You bought a book about secrets, how to make the money too. Give me a friggin' break. If they're not going to hand you the damn money, it's all BS at the end of the day. All right? Getting H1 and N1, that sucked. But what did I do? I didn't say boo-hoo to me or boo-hoo to you. What I do is simple. I walked around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks. I put my score back to an 820 because I know how to block all the crap. I popped another $1 million of credit card. I don't stay down. If you play with me, neither will you. But again, you're going to have to listen and learn how not to bring the pain home again. God saved me to come help you. You paying attention today? Don't worry, you can't find anybody on this planet today like me. He only made one of me. Believe in yourself. He won't let you go through something you can't handle. And after meeting me, you have no more excuses today. So the bottom line is COVID-19 can wipe you out. It can kill you too. We get a chance to live or die. We don't get a do-over now. I'd say wear a mask today. You see, if I knew to wear a mask or a bag around my friggin' head, I wouldn't have been laying there in the damn hospital being dead. So do yourself a favor. It takes a moment to die and a lifetime to live. Pick one. It's up to you. Don't ever be comfortable, because comfortable people are lazy. They're the ones that have the job and go home and thank God it's Friday too. Give me a freaking break. Let's go get it. Every morning at 2:25, I drop to my knees and I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. I look in the mirror and I ask myself 2 questions. Have I completed everything I need to? Is there more to be done? The answer is yes, 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 I got to do more. What did you do? You asked your friends and family what they think. Oh, goody. They clouded your direction. Now you're kind of stuck. Quit listening to the people around you. Why? Who do you think ripped you off the last time? Most of the cases, those people you know. Do yourself a favor like me. Let's go chase the money. Money is one of my top 10 things I love in my life. It's not my top 5, but it is my top 10. Why? Because I don't have to steal off the pier. I don't have to eat out of a trash can too. I get to pay my bills, feed my family. I get to help you. You ready to play? Remember, my goal today is $50,000 to win that goal. You see, 90% of people hate their job. Don't worry, you and me, we're getting older. We're not as pretty as we used to be. Go back to the job you hate. It's okay. Eventually, they're going to fire you anyway. Then you're going to drive an Uber and deliver some damn pizza. Because that seems to be your American dream. Because you've wasted $3,000 in crap. Is it about time you basically invest in yourself? What billionaire do you know is going to hold your hand and get you through this besides me? But again, that's up to you. You know, when I was 7.5 years old, standing outside that, bedroom? It's actually the pantry. Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. They had their poker game, and they said a corporation's a legal person. I wrote it down. I circled it 10 times. I couldn't sleep all night. They thought I was weird. Probably true. I went to the library next to the Torrance Police Department the next day. I asked the lady flat out, how do I look this up? Here's a microfiche. Here's a book. You know what I found out? Because I have an IQ off the chart with total recall and most things. I read the book, and then I got pissed off. You see, I took it internally. Every book in CUD you can buy today, flat out, it's someone else's bullshit story. It doesn't give you the rules and the tools how to go get it. Until you get the money offered to you, how you going to do it? Go to Shark Tank? Good luck with that too. So when I got pissed off, I wrote the rules and the tools. Those 12 books and CDs, that's how I got to 100,000, the million, and double billion too. You can do this on your own if you want to. It's pretty simple today. Even the real estate system too, financial system too. From here, it's very simple. Even winning the game of business. I was at the Bonaventure every Wednesday night for 32 years. I had a line around the hotel every night on Wednesday. I sold that for $20,000 a pop. The office here, the sales team sell for $9.99. If you want to get it today, it's pretty simple to do. It's $399 to you. And if you didn't do it this morning when I gave that discount, you blew it. I'm so tired of people not doing what I tell them to do. Then they come back, Ray, what about this and that? If you didn't do it when I offered it, you blew it, flat out. When I say something, I expect people to follow through, because I do every day. You can Zelle wire deposit today if you want to. It's $3.99 to you. So what I like to do is repackage you. Rebuild your credit, take the wrapper rescore, block all your crap, get your credit lines, corporations, book CDs, classes with me. Then I want you to write down 25 to 29% on every given credit card. You jack it up, you drop your score, you got stuck, couldn't get any more. You have to understand something. I got to make you a qualified CFO. That's right, a qualified CFO. All right? And if you don't understand that, the reality is you never will. You got ability. CFO equals you. You got to be a millionaire CFO. And if I add you to my dashboards, you sure will be. I'll pop credit cards using my history. But again, it's like the gold and the platinum cards. I like these because if they're paid over time, all right, the 29% rule doesn't affect them at all. I like to get you the first card and help you push it up to the 100,000. Then if you want 9 more, let me know. By the way, that's $1 million of credit just there. Today, you can get a gold card for $999. One card gold, very simple. From there, I'm going to give you one phone call with me to make sure you don't screw it up. The phone call will be free when you Zelle the $999, wire or deposit too. The ultimate goal is 4 points of income with me. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is real estate. But I want you to be careful. As they announced last week, all those people not paying their rent or their lease payment, they did say 80% of them people have still their jobs. So they're just screwing their landlords. So only 20% really need the help, by the way. So we might have to think about commercial real estate today. Because if they don't pay, they got to get the hell out. And I get to leverage it 10 ways. This is called a business. We might get a fixer-up or a duplex or a fourplex or an apartment complex too. But be careful with that today with COVID-19. A franchise is pretty simple. First a pizza, then a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, and a Wendy's too. We can do profit sharing as well. Now let's understand something today. There's 84 ways to leverage money. All right, that's how I made millionaires and billionaires. I've built $3.6 billion for my clients so far in the last 43 years. How am I doing so far? You're only going to need 3 or 4 ways anyway. So let's look at a Lamborghini today. One of my favorite cars and one of my first cars I got as a teenager. You see, what you do is you see people around driving company cars that are rich and famous people today. Hell, they wrote it all off, but not you. They're writing it off. Do you understand? I don't get it. Why aren't you driving a car under a tax ID and fleet price? Why are you the registered owner in the first place? Okay, I don't get that. But the reality is what you do is you get your paycheck. Oh, goody. It's already been taxed. Then you pay your bills. You pay for a car you should not. And then what do you do next? You steal money and credit from the family, and you roll the dice, say, honey, let's hurt the family some more. I don't get this. Your paycheck has been called taxable income. If you're paying the payment to gas, registration, insurance from that paycheck, say no from now on. Let's get you a damn company car, tax ID, and write it all off like everybody else does. You got the ability to let me repackage you if you like me to, but again, it's up to you too. If we look at an SS4 form on line 10, it says banking and credit purposes. So if you let me do this correctly, all the credit, we get to write off the card and the interest rate too. But again, I want you to write down this blueprint right here. You ready? You ready? You ready, ready, ready? Draw that square in 3 divisions. The biggest problem I meet people every day. My corporation does this. Sorry to say. What do you think, Ray? You're an idiot. Ray, that's not nice. Not everybody likes me and everybody likes you. Anybody who allows their corporation to do business is stupidity. I mean, then you got to, what, bankrupt the corp and get another piece? Every one of you can drive around your damn city today and look at every grocery store or bank that's been shut down. They wrote it off and bankrupt the piece. They're still in business today. They got a tax write-off too. Why would anybody be stupid enough to allow the business to do business? The parent company gets credit. Credit! And it manages the divisions, period. That's called the line of defense, by the way. I wrote the rules in 1986. Please stop bringing the pain home. You got to learn how to play the game. And if you allow me to, it's pretty simple. I'll build you an Aspirin, a Transu, and Equifax too. And all the credit, you get to write it all off. It gets to build itself. And you don't have to steal it from your family. Why would anybody do that in the first place? I don't get that at all. Yes says 4 times 4. Name a corporation after you. That's called dumb. Name of what it does. That's double dumb too. What do you got to do? Set up the line of defense. There's always something going to go wrong. You got to understand that flat out. A division for a real estate franchise current business. If you allow me to, I can get you $100,000 on a card or $1 million card under the tax ID. Would you like one or both? How many would you like? I've watched people piss away thousands of dollars. All right, it's amazing what they actually do, and then they don't have a damn thing to show for it either. I already offer you $100,000 of personal credit. You see, you can't write off the cards or the interest rate at all. We got to tell the whole world that's called safety credit. Quit stealing from the family. Never hurt your family. Never bring the pain where? Home. Why would you do that at all? Raise rules. SSN equal to 1040 tax return. SS4, let's go get all the credit we can and write it off too. The biggest problem is you're not going to find anybody like me. Nobody on this planet today. I'm the #1 consultant worldwide. Bottom line is simple. God only made one of me. SSN equals to 1040. Oh, goody, you got 2 write-offs. SS4 times 4. Oh, we get all the credit. We get to write it off too. You got 3 programs to play with me. It's very simple. Credit rebuilding, an 820 credit score, articles, oscillus, tax ID, setup class level 1, 90 days. Simple. From there, what happens is usually it's $999. That's what the sales team sells it for. I like to get you $5,000 of credit. I always want to take away all your excuses. Because until you invest in yourself and get stuck with me, go back home and get stuck. I guarantee that's exactly what you're doing today. Here, it's simple. I want to give you 10 times your investment back to you. That's $499. Now what excuse you got? By the way, if you did it right away, that means in the next 10 minutes, you get a phone call with me. Don't you dare call that office after that. They give away one of my times, I'll fire them on the spot. It's during the webinar, not after the fact. The only thing happens next, instead of this, what we're going to do now, we're going to give you $10,000 of credit. Twice as much. The only difference is that's 10 times your investment. That's $999. And if you did that during the webinar, you get 2 calls. Like I said, it's during the webinar. From there, if you want $25,000 of credit, okay, I'm still going to give you 10 times as much back. That's $2,499 today. And what you're going to do is you're going to get 5 calls with me as long as it's during the webinar. I'm the only one give away my time for free. Zelle wire deposit. It's all you got to do. Take a picture. It'll last longer for you. Remember, get your friends and family to a webinar with me. You get another $1,000 of credit if they get into any program they do. Pretty simple to do. Today, if you're watching me on Google, Facebook, and YouTube, remember, you're missing the PowerPoint in front of me. You might want to go to rayswebinar.com, get the full overview, and quit bringing the pain home. The bottom line is this is what I heard at 7.5 years old. Ready? It's not legal advice at all. It's Chapter 18 for corporations. It says a corporation is a legal person. Do you know that means it has more rights than you and me? The United States of America Incorporated, they set up their line of defense called states. All states are corporations. The next thing flat out is pretty simple. The states set up their line of defense too. And what happened next? All those cities. Cities are corporations too. Why haven't you set up your line of defense for you? Is something wrong with you or something? The bottom line, you watched cities fall bankruptcy in the past, haven't you? They planned on the problem. Why? They even invented their own little bankruptcy called Chapter 9. You got to play by the rules and the tools. Because why? You are we the people. It's your constitutional right, by the way. You got a choice, just like Nixon when he took the gold standard out. Gave him the key to the printing press. They haven't stopped printing money 24/7. You and me, we got our SSN as a teenager because we were told to get the job. Did you know it connected to the 1040 tax return? You probably didn't know that till today. Now there's Mama. She delivered a baby this morning. The hospital's going to hand her an SSN form. Because if she doesn't sign it and they don't order the SSN today, guess what? The baby can't go in the stroller, can't go in the car seat, can't go home. They need to print some more money. Do you get it so far? You got the ability to play the game. SSN is safety credit. That's what it's for. Corporation, tax ID. We're going to build credit to the corporation. It does not do business but get credit. You set up the line of defense, division, subsidiaries, and more. In case something goes wrong. And it always will, no matter what people say or do. Don't bring the pain home. Donald Trump did it. All right, rich and famous people do it. Cities do it too. Why don't you set up your life so you don't bring the pain home anymore? It's kind of up to you. But again, credit cards, they start credit score. But guess what? You get that house and car, it doesn't affect your credit at all unless you screw it up. So what's the rule? Don't screw it up at all. So remember, Ray's rules. 25 to 29% on every given credit card to maintain that, to maintain an 820 credit score. You got to be a qualified CFO. Again, the golds and the platinums, pretty simple to do. If I get you one today, that's okay. I'll teach you how to push it up to that $100,000. Maybe if we want 9 more too. Today, a gold card is $9.99 to you. And then you get one phone call with me so I can make sure you don't screw this up. Bottom line is Zelle wire deposit today. If you don't do it through the webinar, during the time we're talking right now, they can't give my phone call away, ever. So if you do it and you talk to them, you don't get the call at all. Simple to say. I broadcast twice a day, Monday through Friday, all day Saturday. I don't like pre-recorded crap. So you're stuck with me flat out. Don't like me, don't really care, but I'm going to get you to the $1 million dream. All right, but not everybody likes you either. It's just the way it works. Now let's look at Walt Disney in the past. They filed bankruptcy 7 times, kind of like you. What did they do recently? Because they know how to play the game. They wrote an IOU to themselves so they don't pay any tax on $1 billion. If Mickey can do it, so can you. You ready to play? Again, an SS4 today, banking and credit purposes. Get to write it all off per tax ID. How many credit reports would you like me to build for you? Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax too. Try it on your own. Go ahead. When you fall down, come back. Let me know you tried it on your own, so then I can charge you 5 times more, because you should have listened to me in the first place. So let's understand something today. Personal credit, got to be known as safety. Can't write it off at all. Now under a corporation, we go for cash first. Cash credit, lines of credit first, then we'll think about supply credit, vendor credit, marketing credit, lease credit, gas cards too. Let's understand, I still got to make you that qualified CFO. Here you got 3 programs to pick today, $4.99. All right, you're going to get $5,000 of credit and everything set up for you in 90 days of workshops with me. And if it's done during the webinar, you get the first call, 15-minute call with me. Do it after the fact, you don't get the call, but you get to do it for the $4.99. Pretty simple. $9.99. All right, $10,000 of credit, you get 2 calls. Oh, you want more calls? You want $25,000 of credit? It's $2,499 today. You're going to get 5 calls with me. But again, that Zelle wire deposit has to be done during the webinar. Because if you make me pay them commission, not going to happen today. All right? It's like when I studied Mr. Buffett's father, then I studied him. Let's understand something. He owns 100 companies. He owns his favorite 10. Ketchup, Geico, Coca-Cola, American Express, Duracell, See's Candy, British Jewelry, and further alone. This man's playing the game. Why aren't you playing the game to win too? What's wrong with you? You got the ability to. On my dashboards, I'd tell you do not use authorized. All right? That's called crap. User. Trade lines too. That's just a joke. It does not work. You got a choice. I got to make you the qualified CFO. That's how it works. And by the way, I'm the guy that invented 113 ways to daisy chain credit. That's right, me. I can get you 99 more cards every card you want. But we got to talk about corporate credit. It's the only thing we get to write off at all. That's why we call it raised rules. There's 20,000 of those. Here's some bars. This means if any one of you have the intent to defraud anyone, sorry, or rip anybody off, I'd have to testify, get you a court of law. Please don't be a crook on my dime. Here's 3 divisions floating in front of you. Here's a corporation. Here's a line of defense. Corporation manages those pieces. Just like you see that grocery store, that bank shut down today in your local neighborhood. They bankrupted a piece. They wrote it off on their taxes. They're still in business today. So what happens if something goes wrong with one of those pieces? We're going to do the 3-step. We can call it the Donald Trump. We can call it the Wells Fargo, rich and famous people. We can call it the city too. We get to do exactly what they got to do, the 3-step. You ready to write it down? We get to disconnect, isolate, incorporate a piece. If we can't save that piece, we're going to bankrupt the piece, keep the other pieces, and never bring the pain home. I swore I'd never bring the pain home in my life. All I got as a kid was all that bullshit. So I swore I'd master every rule and tool there is. And every day I still read, and memorize it here. Because my wife and my kids won't feel that pain ever. I will not bring the pain home. Why do you do it all the time? Because you didn't set it up right in the first place. It's kind of like your house today. I'd probably tell you did it wrong anyway. Why? It should have been escrow closed, escrow homestead, escrow recorded in a trust. If your assets and house are in your name today and somebody sues you, they take it away. If you die, it's stuck into probate and your family got diddly squat. I don't get that at all. Fix up a property today. Remember I said I want to repackage your house, your car, your bank account. Screw this up? Pretty simple. Remember, every property you get, I want a quick claim deed to what? A division. Because you're going to hire a contractor. Who's going to hire the subcontractor that stand outside Home Depot? Good workers. They're going to cut every corner they can. If they slip and fall, they're going to sue you and take everything you got today. If you quick claim deed them to a division, do assignment of equity too, at the end of the day, they can't sue you at all. What they're going to get is diddly squat. Why not? You ready to protect your assets today? Do yourself a favor. Google irrevocable trust. If I was you, I'd pick that one today. But that's up to you. So let's understand something flat out today. You still got to fix that property, right? And what do I find? I don't get it. Let's understand. The IRS is the system. Corporations don't pay tax till they make a profit. You got to play in the system and the rules and the tools. If you try to play peekaboo with the IRS and make a damn mess, I don't get it. You're going to have to go to irs.gov. You're going to have to download a form called 656 433A and B. Get your COVID-19 check. Get your butt back in the system where it belongs. Let's understand something today. I'm going to show you exactly step by step how to get 5 more divisions more. I don't want you to pay to fix up that property. Are you crazy? I want to get it from the manufacturer, save up to 70%. I don't want to pay a bill for 30 to 60 to 90 days anyway. Escrow closes, they can pay off all the debt. Now I got up to $200,000 left over. Don't act like you're rich. Every one of you have had a pot of money in your hand. I'm sorry to say, you end up pissing it away, and some of you are broke today. Don't you know how to leverage the damn money first? Borrowed money's not taxable. Please write down Ray's rules. Leveraging money, borrow money's not taxable. Set up the line of defense. All right, you got to remember, before my coma, my office in Irvine Spectrum was only 22,000 square feet, 2-story building. Had locations doing $1 million plus a day, helping people just like you. You know what the bank used to do every morning? They'd be up my office at 9 o'clock or on the phone going, Ray, what can I do for you today? Banks always kiss your ass when you got money. If you don't have a pot to piss in, hell, they don't know your name. You're going to learn how to leverage the way I tell you to, by the way. Banks borrow from the feds times 10, loan back to 5 to us. And that could have gave you up to $3 million of credit today. Borrow money's not what? Taxable. We could have used $2 million of that money and go get a McDonald's today. A Big Mac or fried and a chocolate shake too. You want one? Let me know. You got to beat your own doubt. You can run your race. And I'll coach you as long as you allow me to. Maybe the rest of my life and your life too. I'll show you mansions, helicopters, yachts too. I got to get you past go because I think you're stuck. God's gift? Simple. Where do you park your race boats and yachts? I parked mine in the backyard. How about the helicopters? How about the Lamborghini, the buildings too? You see, you got to listen today. I want you to change your driver's license immediately to a P.O. box or mailing address. The last time you wrote a check, you're over here. Well, I'm not home. Why don't you go rob my house? Why don't you sue me and take everything I got? Don't you understand? You better step up and protect your ass. If not, someone's always going to try to take it away. We got the Schaefer bill. Hell, we got the Driver's Protection Act too. And what did you do? I don't get it. You bought a car last. You let someone sweat you for hours on end. You lost 5,000 plus and up to 9 inquiries too. I don't get you. You see, when they handed you the paper, you should have wrote down this allows 1 inquiry only. You should have took a damn picture. But what you did is pretty simple. All right? You are the registered owner. I don't get it. I will never understand this. Why don't you drive a car under tax ID and fleet price? What's wrong with you? Are these suckers turned on? Why would you be driving a car today and you're the registered owner and that makes you the duck? That means you go to the grocery store and the bank today and you bump someone's car, a little bumpity bump, they're going to act like they got whiplash. They're going to die. Driver's license, insurance, registration, please. Now where's your heart? On the floor? Oh, the insurance? You're paying for that out of your taxable paycheck? Are you kidding me? When a corporation can pay for it and write it all off? Please don't tell me you're the registered owner of your car. Please don't tell me that's you. That's called stupidity. They're going to call those nasty attorneys on TV. Those are called bloodsuckers. They're going to sue you. They're going to take everything you got because you didn't listen to me. I don't get it. I said house, car, bank account, and more. Every registered owner should be a division of a corporation and not you. So at the end of the day, they do get diddly squat. They can kiss my assets too. You got a choice today. Are you going to pay attention today? Or you want to go back to being stuck? Here's a corporate credit card. There's my previous address. There's my yacht in my backyard. The largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor. Flat out. Fill it up. $1,600. I wrote off the card, the interest rate too. Hell, I even wrote off the yacht. Why not? There I am in a coma because some dummy came on my yacht with swine flu and pneumonia and got to kill me. What did I do? Boo-hoo-hoo. No. I got pissed off like I always do and take it internally. I sealed my record. I got an 820 credit score, and I popped $1 million of credit again. I don't stay down. And if you play with me, believe me, you won't stay down either too. God's using me to help you today. You paying attention so far? But keeping my promise by helping you. See, I got my son and my daughter. I need them after me. The Reynolds University is my legacy. You got a choice today. Look at the corporation. Look at the bankruptcy. Look at the pieces you go through today. How about that car in that building? Tax ID. Reaching the dream. Understand, don't you want to do one thing? Think and be the impossible. I've done it all my life. Ray's rules, there's 20,000 of these. Give me 90 days, I'll do the work for you. I'll make sure at every seminar, workshop, and boot camp you're with me. You can trust the guarantee, because why, it's in writing or your money back. All right? Got to have fun. You want me to repackage you, yes or no? It's pretty simple to do. It's like motivation. I listen to it every day. But those motivational speakers and the blah, 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 and the people in Vegas or this one and that one and blah, 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 at the end of the day, it's all blah, blah, blah. If they're not handing you the damn money, it's all blah, blah, blah. So I'll show you some of mine. Show me yours. If you don't have yours, I'll get you the 820 credit score. If you allow me, I'll get you up to 100,000 credit. From there, I'll get you a corporation and divisions up to $1 million too. All right, stop being stuck. What's next for you is simple. It's me. I'm your next. Won't that be fun? It's called Ray's Rules. You got a choice to listen to me. I want to repackage your house, your car, your bank account too. I want to clone me and give it to you. I'm not going to have any hesitation at all today. Now, if you want the books and CDs, you can call sales and do it on your own. They charge $9.99. That's a good price today. But if you did it during the webinar with me, it's $3.99. We had one earlier today that did it after the fact, and we zelled them back their money. All right, they don't believe what I'm telling them today. You zell it, it's yours, we'll ship it today. You wait till after I'm done, call sales. Zelle, wire, deposit. I got to pay them commission. If I give it away, I don't want to pay them commission today. All right, it's just like this, $4.99, $5,000 of credit. I get to rebuild your credit, rapid rescore 2 articles, also tax ID in 90 days with me for $499. Are you crazy? And I get you one phone call if you sell it during the webinar with me. Or you want $10,000? It's $9.99. Now you get what? You get 2 calls, but that's only during the webinar. Oh, you want more calls? You want $25,000 in credit? That's $24.99. That means you get 5 calls with me, long as that's Zelled during the webinar. Zelle, wire, deposit. Give them a call. You don't get those calls. Why would I do that at all? Pay them commission and give me away for free? Are you kidding me? 14th Amendment made corporations into people. You know what? I love the United States of America. But I want you to know something about me. I'm one of those guys, I read the directions 10 times, 100 times, 1,000,000 times, and every time I play the game, I read them again and again and again. So understand, the United States of America, they manage their 50 states, their corporations. Those states manage their cities. Those are corporations too. That's called their set up their line of defense. They plan on the problem because they created a Chapter 9 bankruptcy too. Isn't it your turn now? But that's up to you too. Never have joint credit. When you buy a house, it's escrow closed, escrow homestead, escrow recorded in a trust. Corporation, don't name it after you. Don't name it what it does. Have up to $1 million of credit, of course. And if you don't set up the line of defense, you're the duck. That's why you brought the pain home in the first place. Every grocery store and bank that you see today that are empty, they wrote it off on their taxes. They're still in business. All right, it's not they got away with it. It's what they got to use as the rules and the tools. That's why you set up the line of defense. Divisions for real estate, franchise, current business. If you don't learn to master the rules and tools of setting up the line of defense for you, you'll always bring the pain home. You might want to master Ray's rules and tools. So today our choice is simple. Let's plan the problem before it happens. Let's have our safety credit and our line of defense too. See it, believe it, go get it. We don't bring the pain home anymore. No matter if Humpty Dumpty fall down again, we're going to get up again and again. Today it's pretty simple. Everybody talks about the American dream. I'm so tired of blah, blah, blah. Unless they're handing you the money or the credit, the bottom line is blah, blah, blah. Today, the American dream is receiving money every month. Pay your bills, drive the company car, go on a business trip, help other people, free up your time. And you better set up that line of defense. The way I wrote the rules in 1986. Master Ray's rules, there's 20,000 of these. You got 3 programs to pick from. It's pretty simple to do. Again, if you want 5,000 of credit, during the webinar with me, 10 times back to you is $4.99. That means rebuilding, rapid score, articles, oscillus tax ID, setup class level 1, all right, for 90 days. All right, you Zelle $4.99 or you talk to sales. If you want that free phone call, you got to Zelle during the webinar. If not, you kind of blew it. That's okay. You've let opportunity pass you by before. What's the difference today? Now, if you want 10,000 of credit and 10 times back to you, that's $9.99. If you Zelled it right away, you get 2 phone calls with me. If you want 25,000 of credit, it's pretty simple. 10 times back to you, it's $24.99. And you get 5 phone calls. If it is Zelled wire deposit during the webinar. After the fact, call sales. They can't give my time away for free. Today, we got to stay safe and strong. And what we got to do is pretty simple. If you're wondering what's next to come, let it be you and me. Let us always remember life is a gift from our Father in heaven, the only one I've ever had. God has given us the opportunity to believe and receive. Let's make the best of the day and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. Amen to that. Your choice now is the Zelle wire deposit, what I've offered you today. If you want to call sales, you can do that. There's people standing by. It is 800-510-3338. At the end of the day, they cannot give away my time that I gave for free today. And those packages, you'd have to Zelle it immediately and then call the office after the fact. Call them right now. They'll write you up, but you don't get my call because I'm not giving my time for free and paying a commission to them. You got 800-510-3338. And I pray to God you listen today because I can repackage anybody. At the end of the day, just remember, God loves us all.